ceremonial contract, and then who knows, it will just be a matter of time until he joins big number 71 up there on the Pride of Jaguars. Right, guys?
Jaguars won the toss and elected to receive.
We were getting ready. We were talking about Fred Taylor. We had a little bit of technical difficulty. We got that cleaned up. Brent talking about Fred, and he's going to do a ceremonial contract tomorrow. Retires a Jaguar, as he should. One of the greatest players to ever play here, obviously, and I think one of the best running backs ever to play the game of football. When he was healthy, there was no one as dynamic or explosive, and he should be up on the stadium as soon as possible.
Josh Brown kicking off to the rookie undrafted free agent out of Central Florida. This is Jamar Newsom. Puts the ball on the turf at the 27-yard line. Looks like the Jaguars did come up with it. David Garrard getting the start here this evening, 39 and 37 as the starter in his Jacksonville career, entering his 5th season as Jacksonville's starting quarterback. And Tony, if there was any lingering question 2 or 3 weeks ago about who the starting quarterback would be for Jacksonville, those questions are gone.
Yeah, especially since tonight is going to be David Garrard with the ones, Luke McCown with the 2s, and Blaine Gabbert is going to be your 3rd quarterback, not only tonight, but Jack Del Rio telling us opening day this week, this year against the Tennessee Titans, Blaine Gabbert will be the 3rd quarterback.
Maurice Jones-Drew, his first carry of the preseason. Not much there. Made it back to the line of scrimmage. Starting for the Jacksonville Jaguars tonight, the running backs and wide receivers, as I just mentioned, for the very first time this preseason, Mr. Everything to this offense, Maurice Jones-Drew. Expect to see him only a couple of series. Up front, Eugene Monroe coming off a strong performance against Buffalo 5 nights ago, and Will Rackley, the 3rd-round selection, starting for the 4th consecutive game at left guard. 2nd down 10, Jacksonville led by David Garrard from their own 27. Delayed draw to Jones-Drew across the 30 and out to the 32-yard line.
Maurice Jones-Drew getting some work, giving a little bit of a thumbs up right there to the sideline, saying he wants to stay in there, and he's going to be, and this is an obvious statement, the key to this Jaguar offense. Watch this, it's going to come backside right here. It's a little underneath handoff delay. They get the Rams defense working to the Jaguars right, cut it back in a nice natural hole, pick up a 5, and Maurice is going to get his legs underneath him tonight, and I fully expect him to be ready to go come Tennessee.
3rd down and 5. Jones-Drew, the lone tailback behind David Garrard. 5 steps with time. Hit as he threw, but gets it off. And in stride to Kasim Osgood. We do have a penalty marker down. Couple of themes we saw in Buffalo, Tony. Penalty flags and David Garrard taking shots down the field.
Yeah, I like that. I like them trying to stretch the field early. Put a little bit of fear in this Rams secondary, and Kasim Osgood.
Number 21 defense. Grab the arm of the receiver. 1st down, spot of the foul.
Kasim Osgood, who is known as their special teams guy, their guru. You're going to see him at the top of the screen. He's also a guy who runs very well. Not a lot of separation. Looked like hand fighting there. And interesting where that penalty flag came from. But it looks like so far the last 2 weeks, if it's going to be a theme at all this year, they're going to call pass interference very tight. Obviously some contact. And I think if the Rams defender would have turned and gone for the ball, that probably would not have been called.
1st and 10 from the St. Louis 33-yard line. Jones-Drew remains in the backfield. Off the right side, tries to cut it back. Doesn't even get back to the 35-yard line. Tackle for St. Louis made by James Hall out of his defensive end position.
I don't care who you have playing running back. If you're not going to block a down defender, it's going to be tough to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what happened there. It looked like they were trying to work front side. They left number 96, James Hall, excuse me. I was looking at the Jaguar side. I'm like, that's not Terrence Knighton. Left him unblocked, and a free runner is always a bad thing in the run game.
2nd down 12, not exactly the thing Dirk Cutter was looking for. 3 steps, Garrard left, then back to his right, just gets rid of it. And it'll be 3rd down and 12.
And David Garrard picking himself up. That's a couple hits, and it was James Hall once again, number 96. Watch right here. He's working against Eugene Monroe. And that's just a good inside club, and you can see something that I've noticed a little bit where Eugene gets in trouble. He gets his head leaning forward and oversets, giving away the inside. On a short pass drop like David had right there, that was only a 3-step drop. There's no reason to ever get beat inside. Make him run the hump. And we're looking at the Rams defender right now. I believe that is James Hall.
Yes, it is.
Who had the nice pass rush move inside and hit David Garrard. But back to Eugene, there's no reason to ever get beat inside on a 3-step drop. It's a long way to get there if you make them run the hump, which is outside. It's actually the cardinal rule of offensive line. You never get beat in one place, and that's on the inside. And, Paul, I know you as a quarterback know that, because if a guy's coming inside, he's got a straight line right into your lap.
You certainly never expected to get hit on 3-step drop. We take a look at what exactly Tony was talking about. Eugene getting beat by James Hall.
See right there?
He's leaning.
See how he's leaning, and see how much space is right in that area? He's set with these 2 feet too wide and given that inside move right there. On a 3-step drop, there's no reason to have that much space. Understand the situation, understand the scheme you're in, and set to that play.
And even though that was not a positive for number 75 entering year number 3 here as the Jaguars left tackle, I know you were watching real close a week ago on Buffalo after he struggled against Atlanta, and you were impressed with how he bounced back.
I thought he was dominating last week. A guy who struggled against the Atlanta Falcons, and even didn't play great against the New England Patriots. I thought last week he came, and he wasn't playing against the best competition. It wasn't like Lawrence Taylor was out there rushing the passer, or any of the great, pass rushers that he's going to face this year. But what I liked about what Eugene did, he was physical and he finished blocks. He played with intensity, and that's something that we're going to need all year from Eugene Monroe.
How worried are you about his weight under 300?
I think he's too light. He's got back up over 290. I'd like him over 300. He was about 285, 287, that range. That's way too light for a left tackle in the NFL today.
3rd down and 12. Maurice Jones-Drew, the running back, to David's right. Potential head start for the Rams defense. No flags. St. Louis rushes forward. Garrard steps up. Nowhere to step up. And down he goes at the 37-yard line. Nice job of fighting for a little bit of extra yardage by David Garrard, but sacked by Chris Long, former first-round pick out of Virginia.
That's what you call a jailbreak. He didn't have a chance from the start. They're coming from everywhere. And you can see they even left Maurice Jones-Drew in to help out, and there's pressure right away. It looked like that was Will Rackley who was on the block, and looks like he got beat early up the middle, and David tried to step up and had nowhere to go.
43-year-old Matt Turk from the 50-yard line, punting to Marty Gilliard, wide receiver out of Cincinnati. Gilliard puts it on the ground at the 19-yard line.
We were signaling down there. That's Brock Bolin signaling that it's the Jaguar ball. Hopefully the guys with the stripes on will say the same thing, but it looks like it's going to be the Rams ball. Just a muffed punt. Had a chance to get a point-blank range for this offense that struggled, but couldn't come up with it at the end of at the bottom of the pile.
Scoreless early in the first. Welcome back to Everbank Field. Scoreless in Jacksonville. A reminder, you can get your Jaguars tickets. The opening kickoff against the Titans only 10 days away. 904-633-2000. Jacksonville offense did move inside of St. Louis territory, had to punt, and now we get our very first look at Sam Bradford and the Rams offense. This is Steven Jackson. Jaguar defense tough up the middle, doesn't even make it back. I will say he made it back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Starting for the Jacksonville defense tonight for the first time, as we have pointed out since the top of the broadcast, Aaron Campman, number 74, coming off ACL surgery, getting our first look at him in the preseason. The 3 linebackers for the Jaguars, Paul Posluszny, Clint Session, and Russell Allen. Normally the 4th linebacker getting the start here this evening. And that's what you have in the back end. DeJuan Landry, the big signing earlier in August from Baltimore. Play action. Bradford chased out of the pocket by Mincy. Mincy tackles him from behind.
Paul, he just got across the line of scrimmage, so the Jaguars still without a sack. But I'll say this. That guy right there, Jeremy Mincy's at the top of the screen. He is a guy that plays the game the right way. I don't know if he's the most talented guy. I don't know if he's the fastest. I don't know if he's the strongest. But I'll tell you one thing. He knows how to play football, and he is going to be a guy I expect 7 to 9 sacks. He plays that type of football, and he is an important piece of this Jaguars defense.
3rd down and 9. Bradford from the shotgun. Here come the Jaguars with the blitz, setting up the screen, and lots of room to run for Steven Jackson. Out across the 40 and all the way to the 47. We do have a penalty marker. Going to be roughing the passer against the Jaguars, and that is exactly how you draw up a center screen to the running back wide open.
And this is going to be Preseason on the screen. You can see right at the bottom of the screen him coming in off a safety blitz. And that's one that they're going to call most of the time. Look at him at the top. Preseason coming.
Drop the helmet.
I'm not sure that's what I did. I think he finished the play. He does definitely get him helmet to helmet. The young rookie safety out of Wyoming is going to have to learn. You cannot hit quarterbacks up high, and if the ball's gone, you cannot finish them and take them to the ground. Now, it looked like he was trying to hold up, so, Paul, you're probably right. He probably got him with the helmet-to-helmet contact.
3rd down and 9. The Rams pick up 27. You attack on the 15, and now it's 1st and 10 from the Jacksonville 38. Steven Jackson remains in a tailback. This is a reverse to Danny Amendola. Jacksonville defense there. Rasheed Mathis says, not my way. No gain.
Danny Amendola just coming from right to left on the St. Louis. He's going to come from right over here, and he's going to come around on a reverse. They're going to fake the underneath handoff. And Rasheed Mathis sniffs it out. You can see him coming all the way from the top of the screen. I missed the circle there. He was running too fast, but he followed Amendola across the field and came up and made the play.
2nd down 10 from the Jaguars 38. Jaguars bring 4. Bradford with time and behind. Going to be 3rd down and 10. The intended receiver, Lance Kendricks, the rookie tight end out of Wisconsin.
And that was Paul Posluszny on the coverage, something we've seen him struggle a little bit when he's been in man-to-man and teams have gone after him. Sam Bradford trying to take advantage of maybe what he saw on film. Not a lot of film study coming into the 4th preseason, but
Freddie Jackson got him on the that deep 7 route a week ago in Buffalo.
In the first week, it was Aaron Hernandez from the Patriots, but good job by Posluszny right there, breaking up the ball.
3rd down and 10. Jaguars bring an extra rusher. Sam Bradford with time, and once again throwing behind. Jacksonville defense steps up. And it'll be 4th down and 10. The intended receiver, Brandon Gibson.
And Bradford and Gibson not on the same play. Got Drew Coleman on the nickel blitz. No pressure at all. That's one Sam Bradford you usually see put right between the numbers, but not on the same page so far tonight.
Couple of plays in a row. Sam Bradford leaves it behind. This is Cecil Shorts back deep to receive. Fair catch at his own 6-yard line. Jaguars have had 1 possession. The Rams have had 1 possession. And we have no points at Everbank Field. 9:26 left in the 1st.
Welcome back to Everbank Field. Scoreless here in the 1st quarter. We're showing you this football because you have a chance to get this thing. Has some autographs too. Maurice Jones-Drew, David Garrard, Aaron Campman, Gene Smith, Jack Del Rio, guys like that. All you have to do is buy some season tickets, and then you're eligible to win this thing. 633-2000 is the number. Big push going on over the next 10 days or so. September 11th, the home opener against the Tennessee Titans, and Chris Johnson will be here for the Titans, guys.
All right, Brent, and you say Chris Johnson. I think Maurice Jones-Drew. He is in the backfield behind Greg Jones. 2nd series for the Jaguars offense. Jones-Drew cutting it back, finding a seam, out to the 20-yard line. Welcome back to live football 32.
He was going so fast he ran right out of the shoe. And that's just the old inside zone. He's going to start to the right side. Good job of blocking. You see Greg Jones coming to seal the backside, and Maurice Jones-Drew gets everybody going to the right, plants that right foot, gets it upfield, and explodes for a 1st down. Lost his shoe and everything. You can tell it feels good for MJD to be back out there. I don't know how much more I need to see of him.
I bet Jack Del Rio doesn't need to see much else either. Gain of 14. Tackle made by Craig Dahl. 1st and 10 now at the 20. Garrard has a pocket to step into and fires, overshooting the intended receiver, Mike Thomas. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
And you can tell the difference of this offense when MJD is in there. Just a little bit of a extra gear, a little bit more explosive. You would hope that would loosen up the coverage a little bit as far as having to bring that extra safety in the box, get some single high coverage, single high safety down the field coverage. But Mike Thomas was doubled up there.
2nd down 10. Garrard once again to the air, hit from behind. Nice job at getting that ball out, and this time finding Mike Thomas. Gain of 10.
Problem is, Paul, one more time he's picking himself up off the ground. And we're going to see working down the field. Mike Thomas does a good job of getting to the top of the route at 12 yards and coming back. And once again, Will Rackley working from the left guard position, struggling a little bit, trying to block Gary Gibson, the defensive tackle out of Rutgers, going right up the field on his outside shoulder and hitting David Garrard.
1st down and 10. Maurice Jones-Drew back in, and unlike that 14-yard carry we saw moments ago, that is a loss. Doesn't make it back to the line of scrimmage, loses 3 yards. A lot of benefits to getting season tickets this year, Tony, and season tickets do remain.
Absolutely. We need to make sure that Everbank Field is full to the brim when the Tennessee Titans come in. The hated Titans. Need all those Jaguar fans out there right now. You can see it's just not about coming to the game. That's the best part of watching this Jaguar team play, but plenty of other benefits associated with season ticket holders.
2nd down 13. Maurice Jones-Drew remains in the game. He is to Garrard's left. Garrard wants Jones-Drew underneath. Potential early contact there by the Rams linebacker Brian Keel. No flag.
It sure looked like Brian was a little bit early.
Got there at the same time, maybe.
And we'll take a look right now. I thought David would work down the field. He had a single high safety look. Boy, I think there was contact, Paul, right before the ball got there. And it was right in front of the receiver. Excuse me, right in front of the referee, but they missed it. Brian Keel getting away with one, creating a 3rd and long for this Jaguar offense, who hasn't had much success of moving the ball down the field unless it's a pass interference penalty.
3rd and 13. This is the 2nd series. We don't expect to see the Jaguar starters for more than 2 series, so crucial potential conversion here. And under pressure, David Garrard did have Jason Hill, overshoots him, and it'll be 4th and 13. Kind of a theme nobody wanted here. David Garrard under a lot of pressure tonight.
My goodness, I mean, the guys up front have to do a better job, and you can see the pain on David Garrard's face. That is not what you want to see at all. And you can, at the top of the screen, Chris Long just beaten once again. Guy Wimper on the inside move. That's both tackles getting beat inside. Now we'll look at the other side. Eugene Monroe giving up some late pressure as well. And Sims, number 92, Eugene Sims would have hit David Garrard if Chris Long wouldn't have got there first.
Marty Gilliard with the fair catch at the 35, hangs on to it this time. And that's where the St. Louis offense will begin for its 2nd possession. 7 minutes left in the 1st quarter. No score at Everbank Field. Jaguars 0, Rams 0. 7 minutes left in the 1st quarter. We're going to get our 2nd look tonight at the Jacksonville defense, and something we've seen a lot already, and it's early, Tony, from the Jacksonville offense. David Garrard getting beat up in those 2 series.
I was going to say that lady we saw dancing's having a lot more fun than this guy right here, David Garrard, because he is getting his head taken off every series. And you see Luke McCown getting warmed up, and I think they've probably seen enough of David on the ground.
Steven Jackson, the tailback, play action under pressure. Nice play by Sam Bradford. That'll be a St. Louis 1st down. Lance Kendricks, rookie tight end out of Wisconsin, gain of 12.
Just the good old bread and butter, naked. Roll your quarterback, fake the handoff one way, roll him out naked. The reason it's called naked because he's out there all by himself. Everything else is going the opposite direction. He rolls right, and it's him and one receiver, maybe 2 on different levels. And if you get the defense going the wrong way, it's a very easy play to execute.
You saw David Garrard a moment ago. His evening appears to be over. 1 for 5 for 11 yards. 3 steps. Bradford fires on the money into Jacksonville territory. Rasheed Mathis on the coverage. That's a completion to Danny Amendola, a Ram gain of 8. Jaguars fans, it is go time. The Jaguars have released 4-game flex packs with seats beginning at $50 per game. Visit Jaguars.com or call 944-633-2000 and select your 4-game mini pack. Ticket reps are standing by right now. Rams now in Jacksonville territory, 2nd down and 2 from the Jaguar 45. Amendola in motion to the left. Here comes the Jag on the blitz. To the other side, though, and Steven Jackson. Right at the sticks. That's a gain of 2.
And that's Lee J. Duzable, one of my favorite players. Does a good job, a little arm over. And I'll tell you what, we asked the question at the beginning of this preseason, who is going to be the 3rd defensive tackle? You know you got Tyson Alualu. You know you got Terrence Knight. 2 big horses in there, 2 big studs. You know what? Lee J has separated himself in my book. He's the 3rd guy and is playing an outstanding brand of football right now the last 2 weeks.
3rd down, less than 1. Bradford off the play action has a wide open Ram running free. Touchdown, St. Louis. Lance Kendricks, the rookie out of Wisconsin, hauling it in. And I know that Badger offense had a lot of good plays last year, Tony, but I don't think he was ever that wide open.
Well, Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, dials up a very good play. You can see everybody looking at Steven Jackson coming up. For sure he's going to get the ball. But that was not the case, and you can see right there it's Courtney Green giving chase to the big tight end, and nothing but green grass in front of him, and Courtney could not catch up.
Josh Brown on to increase it from 6 to a 7-point lead for the Rams. And that was a quick drive, and that right there is Sam Bradford firing to a wide open rookie tight end, Lance Kendricks, from 46 yards out, and the Rams lead by 7. To Lance Kendricks, 8-8 there in the middle of your screen from 46 yards out. Extra point makes it Rams 7, Jaguars nothing. And Tony, after Ryan Fitzpatrick went 11 out of 12 last week, Sam Bradford already 4 for 6, 91 yards and a touchdown.
And no sacks. Some pressure by Jeremy Mincy, but that was about it. On that last play, Lance Kendricks, the only thing he had to worry about was tripping over the grass because he was wide open.
Jamar Newsome back to receive. Undrafted rookie free agent wide receiver out of Central Florida. 8 yards deep. Tony says take a knee. The rookie says all right.
Smart move.
Start 1st and 10 at the 20, and we were told David Garrard would only play 2 series. That is the case, especially after all the abuse he took in his short stay. And now we see Luke McCown. And I think, Tony, we need to point out why we are seeing Luke McCown instead of Blaine Gabbert right now.
Well, he's the backup. According to Jack Del Rio, I thought, at least it caught me by surprise, Paul. No, maybe you saw it coming, but I was shocked today when Jack Del Rio came into the production meeting. We talked about what the rotation would be. He said Luke will get in the snaps with the number 2s, and we asked why. He said we wanted to see him with the 1s. Blaine's had his shot. And I said, so is Blaine the 3rd string quarterback? He said he is tonight. And I said, what about opening day? He says he'll be 3rd string opening day as well. Luke will be our backup. I was shocked.
1st down and 10 from the 20. Right up the middle goes Deji Kareem, breaking tackles and sprinting out to the 47-yard line. Big hole up the middle, tackle finally made by Darian Stewart, but that's a Jaguar gain of 27 yards.
And you're going to see the C's part. Oh, 51 right there. Might have rolled an ankle. Trying to get that thing taped up because Deji just shook him. And Brady Papina is not going to like that on film at all. And it's just a simple up the gut. And when somebody trips, there's going to be a big hole, and Deji took advantage of it.
Nice when your back isn't touched until he already has a 1st down. On 1st down at the play action, Luke McCown stepping up and firing. One of his tight ends, Zach Potter, incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down 10. Coverage by the Rams provided by the former Viking Ben Lieber. And I think Luke McCown being that number 2 quarterback, some people's knee-jerk reaction may be, well, are they disappointed with Blaine Gabbert? And if someone presented that question to you, Tony, how would you respond?
I would say no. I mean, why would you be disappointed? The guy's been here 1 month. I mean, did he look great? Did he earn the starting job? No. But I still think he's your – I mean, obviously, I don't think it changes anything in the future. But I thought Blaine showed a lot of very positive things, and I'm frankly shocked. Take nothing away from Luke. Luke's a good player, but I'm just surprised that you wouldn't have Blaine Gabbert as number 2.
Deji Kareem into Ram territory, putting his head down out to the 48-yard line. Tackle made by Quentin Michael, a gain of 4.
And I'm even more surprised that you'd say anything. With the rules and how they are today, there's no more third quarterback. You don't have to announce who your inactive quarterback is going to be. You can go into the regular season and not say anything. Not say who's the starter, who's the backup, who's the third string. And then now when the season starts, you still don't have to declare who your backup is. And so why, I'm not sure what is gained by saying Luke McCown's your second string quarterback going into opening weekend.
3rd down and 5. Rams at least showing blitz. We'll see how many extra Rams come. Working the back shoulder fade. Looked like we have a pretty good chance for an interference call. Doesn't happen, and it will be 4th and 5. Justin King on the coverage, the intended receiver, Jason Hill.
And that is a planned play. You see Jason Hill working out the field. He's expecting the back shoulder throw the entire time, and he is draped on by Justin King, they called pass interference earlier in the game. I thought it was questionable. That one seemed obvious to me as he was hanging all over Jason Hill. A very good throw by Luke McCown, right where you want that back shoulder throw to be.
Matt Turk already with his 3rd punt of this first quarter. Marty Gilliard back to receive for St. Louis from his 17. And he won't make it past his 17.
I think that ball came out late as well. There's a little bit of fighting on the ground. That's his 2nd punt we've seen hit the turf. One was a muff, and that was on the tackle, but the Rams once again came up with the ball. You think, going back to the offense, we just watched Luke McCown drop back 2 or 3 times, let's say 2 times, and nobody touched him. You think David Garrard's on the sideline saying, wait a second, boys. Every time I drop back, I'm picking myself up. I got more grass stains. It looked like I played 3 games. Luke comes in, no one touches him.
This is Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, the home of the Jaguars. Sam Bradford remains in at quarterback. Steven Jackson remains in at tailback. Out to the 24-yard line, gain of 6. Kevin Rutland, undrafted free agent, who I've been reading some good things about, hearing some good things about. Maybe he'll be one of the long shot stories to end up with this team via the roster or the practice squad.
Well, he's getting some very early reps with this first defense. A number of first stringers still in the game. You see Clint Sessions, Paul Posluszny, and Rutland's getting a shot right now to play with some number 1s.
Cadillac Williams, the new tailback in. Jacksonville ready. Stopping him in the backfield. Did not get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. And Austin Lane, number 92 from his defensive end position, making the tackle.
And back to Kevin Rutland. This is this young man's last chance in the preseason to make a big impression. Obviously, he's earned the trust of the coaches to enter the game at this point. He's shown something. Now you're working against the number 1 offense of the Rams. Great opportunity for him to secure a roster spot.
3rd down and 4. No backs in the backfield with Bradford. 5 men out, 4 men on the rush, putting it right on Lance Kendricks out to the 39-yard line. Tackle made by DeJuan Landry, but that's Sam Bradford standing in and firing a strike to his rookie tight end for a gain of 14.
Well, when you give a quarterback like Sam Bradford time to step up in that pocket, he's clean the entire time. And Kendricks just working across the middle of the field. You can see very clear view. Working against DeJuan Landry, gets just a little bit of separation, and Sam Bradford might have been missing early. That one was right between the 2 8s.
1st down and 10 from the 40. Play action. And wisely just kind of throwing that one away with Sam Bradford to bring up 2nd down 10. I believe that was your guy, Lige Douzable, applying the pressure.
Lige not buying the run fake that time.
He was naked out there by himself.
They tried to run the naked one more time, and this is what happens on the naked when nobody buys it. Your quarterback's sitting out there. You can see everyone's going. You can see the rest of the defense working that way, and Lige says, hold on now. I've seen this one before. Works up the field and gets right in Sam Bradford's face.
2nd down 10. Cadillac Williams once again the tailback. Bradford sets up the screen to Williams. And showing he still has a burst that made him a top 5 pick 5 years ago. For another St. Louis first down, Terrence Wheatley, the tackle. That's a gain of 15 for the St. Louis O.
You remember when Cadillac Williams first came on the scene, just a dominating running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and had some of the knee injuries and fought back two really severe knee injuries, fought back both times, and it's good to see him out here. Don't like him getting a positive yards on the screen or a first down, but always root for a guy coming back from an injury.
6 years in the league, not 5. On first down and firing it a little bit too hard and definitely too much behind the intended receiver. Billy Badgemo was Bradford to bring up second down 10.
And that's the third time we've seen a Sam Bradford pass off the mark behind a player, behind his receiver. Billy Badgemo working across the field. Then sometimes you wonder in those scenarios, is it the quarterback and the receiver not being on the same page? Did Sam Bradford read zone, expecting Badgemo to sit down? Badgemo read man-to-man, so he's going to run away from the defender. It's still early, so you're going to see some timing issues.
Corner blitz. Jaguars almost get him. This is Cadillac Williams once again and again picking up a Ram first down. The elusiveness in the open field, the burst still there for number 33. That's a gain of 11, and the tackle by Jacksonville made by the rookie safety out of Wyoming, Chris Brzezinski.
And that's why you almost have to wonder sometimes if the offensive coordinator of an opposing team has the defensive call before the play ever gets started, because Mel Tucker calling the corner blitz, but he calls the corner blitz right into Josh McDaniel's screen going that way. I mean, you could not have a better play set up if you're the St. Louis Rams than running a screen right into the corner blitz.
We have played 1 quarter of preseason game number 4 here at Everbank Field in Jacksonville, the home of the Jaguars. Sam Bradford to rookie Lance Kendricks, good for a 46-yard touchdown, and the Rams lead heading into quarter number 2 by 7.
That's the good news.
Good news is we have 3 quarters left.
What the bad news is.
Total yards right now, Rams 141, Jacksonville 55. A.J. Feely now in for Sam Bradford. After Bradford, an efficient 7 for 11 for 133 and 1 touchdown. Penalty marker on the field. The new running back in is Jarius Norwood, former Atlanta Falcon. Take a listen to what the infraction is from Mr. Levy.
Looks like it's going to be against the Rams.
Number 17 covered the tight end. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Number 17 is Donnie Avery. 3 years ago, the first wide receiver selected out of Houston did not go until the 2nd round.
And that's one you should, as an NFL receiver, just look down the line every play. And if it's not an offensive tackle that's next to you, get off the ball.
Jarius Norwood, once again, the running back behind Feely on 1st and 15. And that's a completion out to the 28-yard line. Fred Onabon with the reception. Fendi Onabon for a gain of 10.
Fendi Onabon keeping the tradition, at least of this game tonight, as tight ends having success against this Jaguar defense. It's Kendrick, Bajema. They all just find a way to get open, and after backing up the Rams, all of a sudden they're right back on schedule with a nice pickup on first down and 2nd and medium now.
Kendrick's 3 catches, 73 yards, and a 46-yard touchdown in that first quarter. Really off the right side to Norwood. Jacksonville defense does a nice job of stepping up and allowing a gain of only 2. DeJuan Landry up from his safety position to make the tackle.
And you're going to hear that name quite a bit this year in the run defense, DeJuan Landry. He'll end up playing the strong safety position, and he's going to be sitting right there at linebacker level, and it's very difficult to find those safeties when a defense decides to drop the 8th guy in the box. Tough for an offensive line to pick up all those defenders, and it typically goes for the running back has to make somebody miss.
3rd down and 3. Jaguars bring in 5. Finally get to Feely and induce the interception. This is Terrence Wheatley. Still on his feet across the 50-yard line and out of bounds before he gets to the 45. A.J. Feely intercepted by Terrence Wheatley.
And I think that was Austin Lane, number 92, getting there and forcing the pressure. Working right there on from the right end position, just keeps on working. A.J. Feely holds the ball just a little too long. Austin Lane working against Renardo Foster, finally gets there and forces the errant throw. Terrence Wheatley, happy he's on the other end and turns in a nice return after the interception.
Terrence Wheatley, former second-round selection of the Patriots back in 2008. First season with the Jaguars. Brock Bolin, number 44, usual fullback and a tailback, looking to work the double move. Is Luke McCown, nothing there, and just fires it away. I see Brock Bolin playing tailback right now, Tony, and I'm wondering how many fullbacks, and I'm including Brock Bolin as a fullback, how many fullbacks
three
going to be kept here? Three,
yeah. Brock Bolin, Montel Owens, and obviously Greg Jones. Now, the one caveat to that is how long is Rashad Jennings going to be out with the knee? You think a couple weeks, and I think that's probably why you're seeing Brock Bolin get some single back action, because they're going to count on him to do that with Rashad Jennings being down.
McCown working the quick flip out to the left to Cecil Shorts, and we'll say a loss of 2 yards. Ram defense up for that one. Tackle made by Justin King.
Yeah, Justin King never bought it, doing a good job right up on the line of scrimmage, and immediately snuffs out the play and gives Cecil Shorts no room to breathe at all. Very sure tackle in the open field, and best way to tackle somebody in the open field, never let them get going.
Third down and 11. McCown firing and incomplete. Intended receiver, Kasim Osgood. Special teams ace. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Paul. The only positive thing I can see right now in this offense is the fact that the quarterback is no longer getting hit.
He did have a little pocket there.
At least Luke has some time, and David's probably thinking, my goodness, I got hit every play. Luke hasn't got hit yet. But even with no pressure, even with a nice pocket, still no separation down the field by our receivers, and quarterbacks having a tough time finding anybody open.
Matt Turk to punt for the 4th time this evening. This is Marty Gilliard. He's already fumbled twice and just lets that one run into the end zone. So St. Louis will begin first down and 10 from their own 20. Failing to capitalize on the Terrence Wheatley interception. It remains 7-0 Rams. Welcome back to Everbank Field, home of the Jaguars. We are early in the second quarter of the 4th preseason game. 12 minutes, 1 second left in the second quarter, and St. Louis leading 7-0. Still waiting to see a real spark from the Jaguars offense here in the first half. David Garrard has given way to Luke McCown. For the St. Louis offense, Sam Bradford went 7 out of 11, fired a touchdown pass, and now A.J. Feely back after throwing an interception to Wheatley on his last possession. This is Jarius Norwood out across the 25-yard line and approaching a Ram first down. Drew Coleman shoves him out of bounds.
Boy, the Rams are obviously wanted to work on their screen game during this last 4th preseason. I think that's the 4th screen we've seen. In the last 2 drives, they've run 3 of them. And I guess if you're having that much success, keep on going back to them.
I'd call it 9 yards on first down of success.
Absolutely.
Feely to pass on 2nd down 1. Plenty of time. Coming back across the middle. Not a big gain, but enough for a St. Louis first down. Jarius Norwood across the line of scrimmage. Hauled that one in. And just enough, gain of 3 for another Ram first down.
Paul Podlesny does a great job from that middle linebacker position. I know they got the first down, but I love how he closed and the explosion with how he tackled and finished on that play. He is a physical guy in the middle of the field, and he brings a presence to this Jaguars defense.
Jarius Norwood remains the tailback. He has it, looking for somewhere to run. Jacksonville defense did a nice job initially, but also doing a nice job is Norwood, showing some patience and a little burst at the end for a Ram gain of 5. You can bring your team to Everbank Field this season with Jaguars group tickets, which are currently available for all of the Jaguars home games. If you buy 10 or more, you qualify for the special group rate and save on the cost of single game tickets. Call 904-633-2000 or visit jaguars.com to book your group tickets. That was a gain of 6 for Norwood. It's now 2nd down 4 from the 38. Norwood now lined up in the I formation. Takes it off left side. Jaguar defense forces him back right into the arms of Austin Lane. And that's a Ram gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down 3.
And you mentioned Austin Lane, big number 92, the second-year defensive end, who I think is one of the most improved players we've seen in training camp. And you're going to watch him work right there. Watch how he holds the point. He works, keeps outside leverage, takes on 2 blockers, just keeps on working, slows Norwood down, allows the pursuit to get there. Norwood has nowhere to go, and because he keeps his outside arm free, Jarius runs right into him, and he finishes the play.
3rd down and 3. Rams need to get just across their own 42-yard line to keep this drive moving. Jaguars bring in 6, feeling forced to get it off. And with a chance to make the play, but failing to come down with it, Denario Alexander. And that's a hold by the Jacksonville defense.
Denario Alexander is going to have bad dreams because he does a great job. He beats Wheatley, who gets confused and gets turned around. He does everything right except for finish the play with the ball in his hands.
Cecil Shorts, the 4th-round selection out of Mount Union, back to receive the punt from Donnie Jones. From his own 13. Almost turned the corner, but out to the 18-yard line. Fine special teams tackle made by James Butler. It remains 7-0 in Jacksonville. That's good. One of the best special teams players in the National Football League, earned that reputation for many years as a San Diego Charger, now entering his 2nd season as a Jacksonville Jaguar. And he was talking about getting your rest. Do you think Jack Del Rio's getting 7 to 9 hours sleep in training camp?
I don't know. I have a lot of sleepless nights right now the way we've with some of the play so far. So,
you mean because both quarterbacks are 1 for 5?
Yeah, that's not a good start.
Deji Kareem carrying on 1st down. Now that was a gain of 4 for Jacksonville's offense. In David Garrard's defense, he was under heavy pressure in his short stay. He only played 2 series and he got beat up a whole lot more than anyone would have expected for a quarterback in preseason game number 4 playing just a short amount of time.
I don't blame David at all. He never had a chance back there. He got hit every play.
2nd down 6. Bolin at fullback and Deji Kareem at tailback. This is Kareem off the right side across the 15. Nice skates there, turning that corner. Tackle made by Brady Papinga. That's a gain of 2. Now here's the pressure you talked about, Tony. David Garrard in 2 series under lots of it.
And he's just running for his life. He never can get his feet stepped. His feet set. The one right there was a 3-step. That's at the end of his 2nd series. And look he's getting up slow after taking a pounding. And you could see the frustration on David's face as he went to the sideline and then when he was on the sideline.
3rd down and 2. Deji Kareem, the tailback, getting the football. The toss sweep to the left. Coming back and continuing to cut back. And nice little nifty piece of running for the Jacksonville 1st down. Tackle made by C.J. Ayu after the gain of 5.
I really like watching Deji Kareem run the ball. I think he is a dynamic playmaker. Great vision. And look at the patience. And then right there, you can see he sees a little bit of a crease, knows it's 3rd and short, gets that extra gear, gets that pad level low, falling forward. I expect a big year out of him.
Play action, rolling to his right. McCown decides to keep it himself just across the 35-yard line.
And when I say a big year out of Deji Kareem, what does that mean? Obviously, he's going to take a 2nd or 3rd role in the running back position based on the health of Rashad Jennings, with Mojo being the bell cow, the guy who's going to take most of the carries. But he's going to, you're going to see Deji in the return game. I think you're going to see him some third down situation because of the explosion that he has. And I think he'll be a good change of pace guy, even if he only gets 5 to 7 touches a game.
Bowen, the fullback, offset to the left. Richard Murphy, undrafted free agent running back out of LSU. No gain, and Murphy has had a nice preseason. 15 carries, 63 yards. Number 2 to DeJuan Harris in terms of preseason production. The tackle on that play made by Ben Lieber.
And Richard Murphy shook up on that play. Couldn't even make it off to the sideline. You see Mike Ryan on the right there is the athletic trainer coming out to help Richard Murphy, and he takes a couple shots, one right on the shoulder, and you're going to see him get up. It's the left shoulder, I believe. He gets up with that thing hanging.
And that was Darian Stewart, number 20, coming in to put the hurt on him.
And the way it was hanging, you always worry about whether it's a dislocation or some damage or maybe even a stinger, but that shoulder was not working correctly.
Welcome back to Everbank Field. Rams 7, Jaguars nothing. The guys in the booth were just talking about Deji Kareem. Well, he and Sam Bradford went to high school together, played football and basketball, and then Bradford played golf in the spring while Deji Kareem ran track, guys.
Good little nugget there, Brent. Deji Kareem, the tailback now to Luke McCown's right on 3rd down and 7. Kareem, 5 carries and 46 yards already. Nice job of eluding the rush by McCown. Keeps it himself. Is he going to get a first? He is close. He is right at the sticks, and he appears to be just across them after a gain of 7. Always had the reputation of being a very athletic quarterback.
You're going to watch Deji Kareem come in and try to get the block, and that's the weakness right there if Deji has one. Probably not the most physical and stout pass blocker when he's asked to pick up a blitz. And then back to Luke McCown, you're exactly right. He's a guy who can run around, coming off the ACL that he had last year, but still showing great athletic ability, getting out of the pocket and getting the first down with his feet.
Bowen at fullback, Kareem at tailback on 1st and 10. McCown looking down the middle, coming back and firing right to the rookie Cecil Shorts. Just overshoots him, penalty marker. And number 21 is Justin King, may be guilty of touching Shorts a little bit too much.
Yeah, he was hanging on him. Cecil Shorts beat Justin King, and that's good to see. We need to see more of that from this Jaguar offense, and they're going to expect a lot of that from Cecil Shorts. He's a guy that they're going to count on.
For interference.
Well, maybe not. They waved it off. We'll see what we think right here. Cecil Short getting a good release, working against King.
Ooh.
Well, he was hanging on his shoulders, trying to play catch-up. And King knows right away. You can see the frustration. He shakes his hands. He didn't even try to argue it.
I think one of the questions Jaguars fans had coming into this preseason, wanting to get to know this team, and Jack Del Rio not happy about that no call. Would Cecil Shorts look like he belonged? 3-time All-American at Mount Union. Small school, 4,700 receiving yards, but would he look like he belonged? And people say yes.
Yeah, I think he looks like he belongs. I don't think he's had the huge impact that everyone thought he'd have so far in the games. He looks great in practice. Let's hope it translates to the regular season because he has a ton of talent.
2nd down 10. McCown firing across the middle and finding his big tight end, Zach Potter, for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Great throw by Luke McCown. You're going to see Zach Potter, number 88, working over the middle of the field.
Look at that.
That is an outstanding throw because at no point during the route did Zach Potter look open. Luke McCown was counting on the fact that he was going to come open and threw to the spot, and the big tight end, Potter, gets those hands out there and sucks the ball in.
1st and 10 from the 37. Play action to his right. Kasim Osgood catches it inside the 30-yard line. Run out of bounds at the 27 by Justin King. That's a gain somewhere between 9 and 10 yards. And with those couple of completions in a row by McCown, Tony, I think a good time to point out, we don't want to bury the lead here. Really, the news story that's come out today is Luke McCown appears to be the backup quarterback heading into the season with Blaine Gabbert at number 3.
Well, I think it doesn't appear he is, according to Jack Del Rio. He's the backup quarterback. He's the backup quarterback tonight. And Jack Del Rio telling us he will be the backup quarterback come opening day.
Deji Kareem cuts it back across the 20-yard line, putting his head down almost to the 15. Gain of 10 for Deji Kareem.
Deji doing a good job on the cutback. We saw Maurice Jones-Drew earlier in the game have a lot of success on that play as well. And the offensive line got a lot of the starters in there. I think everybody but Brad Meester, the center. The rest are starters working against that Rams second unit, and they're doing a good job in the run game.
That was a gain of 9, and Brock Bolin, the fullback, playing tailback. McCown looking to the air, looking to Cecil Shorts. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Well, you give your quarterback some time, get a little separation in the secondary, some good things can happen. You can see Cecil Shorts jogging off the field with the ball. Well, boy, you talk about being wide open. There looked like some kind of busted cover. Justin King, the corner for the Rams, holding out his arms, asking for some help, looking for somebody to be over the middle of the field because Cecil Shorts broke off the post pattern. Nobody within 5 yards, and Luke McCown finds him and throws a strike.
Josh Scobie up and in, and the Jaguars have evened the score at 7. Cecil Shorts had 63 touchdowns in college. He now has 1 as a Jaguar. Moments ago, the Jaguar offense erasing that big 0 on their part of the scoreboard. Luke McCown to Cecil Shorts from 17 yards out. And we are all tied at 7. 3:40 left in the second quarter. Paul Burmeister, Tony Baselli in the booth. Brent Martineau on the field. First down and 10 for the Rams on the 18. A.J. Feely in at quarterback. Jarius Norwood the carry out to the 18. That's Russell Allen making the tackle for Jacksonville. 11 plays, 81 yards, and from start to finish, Tony, that one looked pretty good.
Absolutely. Luke McCown, a big part of it. Right there, gets a key first down with his feet. Throws a strike to Zach Potter. Deja Green cutting back. We've seen cutback runs all night by these Jaguar running backs. And then Cecil Shorts getting his first career touchdown with a very nice post pattern, wide open in the back of the end zone.
Second down 9. A.J. Feely firing almost down to the 30-yard line, just enough for a first down. Goes Fendi Anabon. The gain is 11 yards. Got to point out Deji Kareem on that last drive. He now has 6 carries for 55 yards. Impressive showing so far.
Yeah, he looked very good. You know, the only thing that I think you get concerned with Deji is on the pass blocking and blitz pickup. You know, if it's a linebacker or safety, you're okay. You had to block a defensive end there. It's a tough duty for a smaller running back.
Jaguars bringing the blitz, flushing Feely out to his right, dumps it off to Norwood. Jacksonville defense right there to make the stop. Gain of 1 for St. Louis.
You got to believe the Rams will let this thing get down to the 2-minute warning and try to get in their 2-minute offense and see if they can make something happen and get some points on the board before this first half runs out.
Feely does not get it off in time, and we have arrived at the 2-minute mark of the first half. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Rams 7, Jaguars 7.
2-minute warning here at Everbank Field. We're all tied up at 7. Luke McCown and Cecil Shorts tying this thing up moments ago. You can't ignore the numbers from Luke McCown. The last 2 years in the preseason, he's thrown for over 600 yards, 7 touchdowns against 2 interceptions. Yeah, against backups, but he's also playing with backups. Tough numbers to ignore. We could call him Mr. August, guys, but it's already September.
You can't ignore the fact that he was 8 for 9 coming into this game, while Blaine Gabbert just at 50%. So the efficiency, big part of the reason McCown is number 2, and that is a St. Louis first down and then some. That's Donnie Avery, former second-round pick out of Houston, doing the catch and the pivot and the sprint for the big gain for St. Louis.
Donnie Avery, just a little comeback route.
That's Kevin Rutland. He just ran by.
Missed the tackle. It's okay to keep everything in front of you, especially with the 2-minute drive, but you got to come up and tackle, and he just whiffed. And tough play for Kevin Rutland on that.
34-yard gain from Feely to Avery, and that's Jarius Norwood. Ram gain of 3. Austin Lane there to make the tackle.
And what that big play does, Paul, it allows the Rams now to still mix in some run. You get a 20-plus yard gain, get it into their territory, into the Jaguars' territory. Now you have it inside the 40. Time is not of the is not an issue at all at this point, especially with 3 timeouts. You can run your entire playbook.
We're on track for our second overtime game in a row, Tony.
Let's hope not.
Just want to make sure you're paying attention.
I am paying attention.
Second down 6 from the 38. Feely to Avery. Not a bad throw. Left him a little bit out of bounds on the coverage. Terrence Wheatley, he already has an interception tonight, and it'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Very good coverage by number 20, Terrence Wheatley. Uses the sideline, rides Donnie Avery out of bounds and gives A.J. Feely nowhere to throw that ball. That's a textbook man-to-man coverage by Wheatley.
3rd down and 6 for the Rams so far. 4 out of 7 converting 3rd downs tonight. Jaguars bring 4. Feely with a pocket. And sprinting up with the coverage. Jacksonville defense intended for Greg Salas, the rookie wide receiver out of Hawaii. That's DeJuan Landry with the aggressive coverage.
But DeJuan was going to decapitate him there for a second. He came out of nowhere, closing fast, and never a chance for A.J. Feely to connect and find anybody. Forced the Rams into a punting situation. That's a win for the defense after Kevin Rutland gave up the big play to start this 2-minute drive.
Donnie Jones, the lefty. Cecil Short's back. He's not going to catch this one. Bounces at the 7, and it's down at the 4-yard line. 96 yards away from pay dirt. We're about to look at the Jacksonville offense.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
It is September 1st, Tony Baselli. That means we are officially in game month, only 10 days away from the Titans coming right here to Everbank Field. With Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson signed a huge deal. I was actually a little bit surprised how much the Titans paid him, but you can see the schedule. It's a great schedule this year. 2 Monday Nighters, Monday Night Affairs, San Diego Chargers being one of them, but you open it up. It starts September 11th with the Tennessee Titans, and we need to start it the right way.
McCown still at quarterback. Deji Kareem with the handoff and not going anywhere. Number 97 for the Rams, Darrell Scott, meets him in the backfield. No gain.
Good job by the Rams. Special teams of pinning this Jaguars offense deep in its own territory. You really take any options away from Jack Del Rio of trying to get into a 2-minute drive. You had a minute on the clock with 3 timeouts. Better field position. You might try to work for a field goal with Josh Scobie, but pinned back this far, you don't want to make any mistakes and give the Rams an easy score.
Joey Hanos in short motion. Across the other side comes Deji Kareem out to the 7-yard line. Tackle made by James Butler. Gain of 2. And now, as we hit the 10-second mark, that will be the final play of the first half. So St. Louis jumps off to a 7-0 lead. Long scoring pass from Sam Bradford to the rookie tight end Lance Kendricks, 46 yards out. Rams led 7-0, and then about halfway through the second quarter, Luke McCown to Cecil Shorts from 7 yards out, extra point. Tied it at 7, and that's exactly where we are heading to the halftime locker room. And our Brent Martineau standing by with head coach Jack Del Rio. Brent?
Thanks a lot, guys. Well, Coach, first of all, to get 32 and 74 back out on the field, Maurice Jones-Drew and Aaron Campman, must be fun to see them flying around as head coach.
Oh, yeah, no, it's great to have them back. We've been watching them work, in our practices, so we know they're back, but great to see Maurice rip off a run there and his energy on the sideline. He's a special young man. Both of those guys are special guys.
We're only 10 days away from the opener. Any concern right now about the inconsistency of that first-team offense between the line play, receivers, and quarterback?
Well, right now we're just working through camp. You can get too caught up in celebrating what you have success in the preseason or disappointments, and I'm not going to get caught up in that. We've got a good football team. We're going to be a good football team, and we can't wait to get started.
You were just talking to Luke McCown walking off the field. It's hard to ignore the numbers that he's put up in the last 2 preseasons. Can you celebrate that?
Oh, yeah, no, there's plenty of good stuff that we can celebrate, and it's not all perfect, but look, we're preparing this football team for the fall, and we feel like we've got a good team, and I'm happy to see Luke step up. He's had a really nice camp for us, and we feel like we've got strength at that position, so that's a good thing.
Thanks, Jack. September 11th against the Tennessee Titans. It's coming soon, guys.
All right, Brent, Coach, thank you. Rush offense and defense looking strong in that first half. St. Louis 11 carries for only 22 yards. On the other side, Deji Kareem with a strong first 2 quarters, 8 carries for 50 yards. We are all tied at 7.
Got the quarterback on the ground. We have 1 half left in the preseason to get the quarterback.
Almost had one in the first half, about a half a yard away from the side.
Almost, as they say, only counts in what, Paul? Hand grenades and horseshoes.
Jaguars first half highlights. We did see Maurice Jones-Drew for the first time. Not a lot of yardage. Did have the nice run of 14 yards. Cutting it back up right there. 14-yard gain. He didn't play much after that. And we also had a touchdown connection in the second quarter from Luke McCown to the rookie out of Mount Union, Cecil Shorts, from 17 yards out. All tied at 7, and the Jacksonville rushing game outperforming the Rams. 16 carries for 82 yards, while St. Louis only 11 carries for 22.
Well, we've said all preseason that the strength of this Jaguars defense is going to be its run defense, and they did that tonight without maybe their best player on defense, Tyson Alualu. Missed the last 2 games with a lower leg injury.
Thaddeus Lewis handing off to Keith Toston. That is Jacob Catrera. He had the touchdown return last week at Buffalo. Standing up Toston, and it's now 2nd down and 8 after that gain of 2.
And Catrera, one of the guys we said is fighting for one of the last roster spots. He's had a good preseason so far. He's fighting with Bosworth for the linebacker position.
Thaddeus Lewis evades the rush of Austin Lane, but does not get away. And there you go, Tony. Number 99, C.J. Mosley, providing the first sack of the preseason.
Paul, I think it was actually 98. It looked like 99. It was 98. Nate Collins. I don't want to take away the only sack.
It was a sack
of the preseason. We got so excited up here in the booth. We thought it was somebody else, but Nate Collins. And this is a sack that Austin Lane gets the first shot, and we'll give a assist to the secondary because they forced Thaddeus Lewis to hold on to that ball for a long time.
3rd down and 13 for Thaddeus Lewis. Just dumps it underneath. The Jacksonville defense not going to allow a first down on that play. That is Terrence Wheatley making the initial contact. We do have a penalty marker on the 10-yard line.
92 defense, helmet to helmet, 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's Austin Lane just handing the St. Louis Rams a first down.
And that will be one that'll be discussed, and it'll be a good teaching moment. There is no reason at all. I'm not even sure that was helmet to helmet. That's a late hit, though. He took 2 full steps and hit the quarterback, Thaddeus Lewis, after the ball's gone. That's just a dumb play by Austin Lane, who I think's had a great camp, but right there, boy, he's going to turn on the tape, and Joe Cole and his defensive line coach is going to give him a good word or 2 about being smarter as a player.
Keith Toston on 1st and 10 from the 37. Might have got to the 38. We'll call that. Yes, he did. Gain of 1 yard.
We'll take another look at this sack. Austin Lane working hard. 1, 2.5 steps. You might get 1 in the NFL. They protect those quarterbacks. You just can't hit them. You cannot hit them late. You can't hit them in the head. You can't hit them below the knees. Listen, I feel for those defensive linemen.
But this is a position now where every practice is going to factor into it. You know, if you're a wide out, it's like sometimes you get on a roll, you're a hot guy, you have a couple of good practices, then it's the other guy steps up. I'll stop for a minute.
This is Keith Toston as they set up a screen. He crosses the 40-yard line. We're talking about the wide receivers, and you drafted a couple of guys. And with draft picks, Billy, I'm sure it's never, ever easy. You want these guys to make the team, but it's a numbers game.
Well, it is, but you know what? I mean, there's a saying, and these guys sitting up here know, you can't kid the locker room. These guys know who should play, I mean, the draft status at this point is out the window. We got to win football games, and it always comes down to that decision is going to factor in, not how you got here.
3rd down, 3rd and 5, call it from the 42. Lewis working out of the shotgun, fires right. There's a catch. There's one of the rookies. There's Greg Salas, who crosses the 50. He gets a first down.
Yeah, and that's an example. These guys have all had their moments. Pettis started out hot in training camp. then Salas had a good week, and Mike Sims Walker. Everybody's taking a turn. It seems like they have their moments, and it's a good problem to have. I think we've got a lot of good candidates there.
Hey, Bill, one thing with the short off season, no mini camps, no training camps, how difficult has it been to evaluate the talent? And do you guys lean more on a practice or a preseason game like this more than normal?
Yeah, the preseason games, though, even more important now because we're playing real football, and unfortunately, a lot of these kids didn't have the luxury of the OTAs and having a base. I mean, they were handed a playbook coming in the first day of training camp and said, okay, let's go. You got to jump on board, and it's been tough on them. The evaluation, we can make it pretty accurate. I mean, I think we're going to have a true evaluation, but unfortunately, some of these young guys are going to be on the street, and maybe if they had a chance to show more, they would have been in the picture.
You know, they're guys you certainly know are going to make the team. A lot of your key off-season acquisitions, we're going to show them on the screen in a couple of seconds after this. This is Thaddeus Lewis handing off up the middle on second down. Keith Toston with the carry there. He's been getting most of the work here at running back on this drive. In the offseason, you went out, you shored up right guard, you brought in Dahl, you shored up wide receiver to a certain extent, you brought in Mike Sims Walker. We know Norwood and Cadillac are making the team. So when you add these veterans, and there are a lot of veterans that you're adding, it's tougher and tougher on the rookies, and you make that a deeper roster. So, you know, sometimes tough decisions are a good thing.
They are a good thing. I mean, I'd rather that than have guys in here that we really don't feel good about and we don't think it'd help us win.
Lewis facing another third down. All kinds of time. Guns over the middle, and there's a rookie. There's Salas with another big third down catch. He gets to the 35. Now, Billy, we have the offense on the field now, but there's certainly questions on the defensive side as well. Had to say goodbye this week to Niall Diggs. You brought in two free agent linebackers, Ben Lieber, Brady Papinga, but there is still a big competition going at that position.
Oh, there really is. I mean, we signed Zach Dials early in the process of free agency, and he's in a battle for a roster spot at this point. And I think we've upgraded there, and it's the lousy part of this business. Niall Diggs is one of the greatest human beings that you'd ever come across. Just a class guy, and that hurts when you have to tell a guy like Niall that he's not going to make the team.
Do you know, as Keith Toston gets it in the backfield, do you know the number of guys you want at each position? Could that still fluctuate?
Sure can. It's not etched in stone. You can keep, just for instance, 7 receivers. You can keep 8 receivers. What you want to do is keep the best football players. There's no sense saying we have to keep 9 offensive linemen. If that 9 offensive linemen you really don't think can help you, you'd rather go heavy at another position if you think that guy, the last guy at that position can help you win football games. So you have a general idea, but it's still very flexible.
Ramsey and Billy Devaney joins us in the booth. Marshall Faulk, Andrew Siciliano, Orlando Pace, Thaddeus Lewis again to throw. And he hits Donnie Avery there for first down yardage, but there's a flag down. Cut down day is Saturday. Got to get it down to 53. Do you have it in your head
prior
right
to the
now?
pass? Just holding. Number 37 defense.
A good portion of it.
Yeah.
But there's still, like I said earlier, there's still going to, there's going to be a lot of gnashing of teeth from 50 to 53 is going to be a tough call.
Billy, what kind of chance does a guy have in a game like this to maybe jump off the screen at you and say, listen, you want to keep me?
Yeah, I mean, here's Donnie showing up again. He's having a hell of a game so far, and Salas has caught a couple of balls now, and it's the last thing in your mind. Marshall, as you go into the final cuts, it's Keith. You go in, it's only natural. You kind of focus on that last game, and good and bad, unfortunately. But the job, you got to really look at the whole thing. You got to go back to the practices, the scrimmages at Lindenwood. You got to factor in everything because everybody has ebbs and flows. They'll have a bad week, they'll have a good week. We got to put the whole thing together. But this certainly is a huge part of that process.
Now, there's no competition at this position. We know who's going to be the starter at quarterback. But the 2 guys backing up Sam Bradford, they have both look. And I don't know if you can keep 3 quarterbacks the way the 53 works now.
Here's Toston far side. He almost busted it last time. He got tripped up at the 15. This time, Thaddeus Lewis, one of those quarterbacks you mentioned there, Marshall, set him up, and he gets down inside the 5. Thaddeus Lewis, Billy, made the team last year as an undrafted rookie out of Duke.
Absolutely. This kid, there's something about this kid. He throws a nice ball. He's extremely intelligent. I mean, he adds a dimension, the athleticism. Thaddeus just has to play. Unfortunately, this is his time to play in the preseason, but he's a natural thrower. You can see some of the throws he's making here. He's spot on. Now, whether we carry 3 quarterbacks, that's going to be tough.
Handoff, running right, near the goal line, not yet getting there.
There you go.
Keep toasted. Now they put him up. Now the hands go up. Or do they? Wait. The official on the 10 put his hands. Did I see the official put his hand up?
Touchdown.
Put him up. Touchdown. Keith Tosin has a 1-yard touchdown.
This is the offensive line. When you're on the goal line, it's about getting low and winning the line of scrimmage, giving the back the opportunity to break the plank. And that's all Tosin wants. It's an opportunity to get his pads across that line of scrimmage, get your lean on. Because you can score easily leaning forward than you do leaning backwards.
Extra point is up and good. Rams on top of the Jaguars 14-7. Billy, I know it's a tough couple of days here coming up. We appreciate the time.
Appreciate you having me. Have a good one.
Billy, good luck on the decisions, man.
Thanks. I feel you.
Rams lead, 3rd quarter at Jacksonville. Rams football, the Rams Broadcasting Network, brought to you by Bomarito Mazda, where Price sells cars in Ellisville, South County, and St. Peters. By Hardee's, and that's just the way it is. And by your quality Ford dealers. We thank Rams GM Billy Devaney, who joined us during that last couple of plays. Cut down day, if you are looking ahead, is Saturday at 5 o'clock. That's 5 o'clock Central Time as Josh Brown is set to kick off here. Rams now leading 14-7. It's a squib. Cecil Shorts picks it up. He has a touchdown earlier on offense. And he gets across the 30. Beg your pardon, Jamar Newsom, 14, not 84. Gets around the 35-yard line. That's where Jacksonville will set up when we get back. Rams lead the Jaguars 14-7. Look who's in a quarterback for the Jaguars. It's Blaine Gabbert out of Parkway West in Missouri. Rams on top of the Jaguars 14-7. The 10th overall selection. 4 years as a Tiger. Blaine Gabbert. Spoke to him before the game, guys. Grew up a Rams fan. Said, just another game. Wanted to give me the just another game card, but admitted that if this were at home at the Edward Jones Dome, maybe it would feel different. He'd be excited, but he did the veteran move, a sly veteran move, and played the it's just another game card as he throws low and incomplete on first down.
Well, anytime that you play against your home team or even at home, it is a big game, and that's, we know that. Blaine will learn to just go ahead and give it up. You don't have to be the political quarterback when you're talking about playing against your home team.
That's one thing I love about Marshall Faulk. Whenever we went to New Orleans to play the Saints, you could tell it was Saint Week. He was fired up the whole week. He's getting in the game. He's talking. And I just love to see this guy like that with that intensity, man. Big week.
New running back, that's DeJuan Harris, the rookie out of Troy. He's looked pretty decent so far. Another rookie like Gabbert, who has looked good. Gabbert was drafted as the quarterback of the future. There's Harris with the run. Gabbert is eventually going to take over this team. The question is, when, guys? When do you think he'll take over this team?
Well, if you look at where they put him in right now, they obviously play Luke McCown, unless they're trying to shop Luke. They're going to go with Garrard, and he'll probably do 3, and they'll bring him along. But the kid, the film that I've watched of him, he seems to have control of the offense. He understands it. The game's not too fast for him. It's just whether they are willing to say we're rebuilding now. Because, listen, Jack Del Rio wants to win, and he wants to win now. And David Garrard right now gives them the best opportunity to win.
Completion for first down yardage there to Jarrett Dillard out of the boundary. Let's say Jacksonville was 8-5 last year coming down the stretch. They were in first in the AFC South 5 of the last 6 weeks. They faltered down the stretch. Jack Del Rio certainly under some pressure. He has 2 trips to the playoffs in his tenure here. Now the 3rd longest tenured coach in the NFL. Gabbert deep drop, throws a completion into Rams territory. That's Newsome across the 35 at the 33. Nelson with the tackle. As I said, 2 trips to the playoffs, 1 playoff victory for Jack Del Rio. He needs to make the playoffs as you look at the replay here. David Garrard needs to make the playoffs. If not, then Blaine Gabbert might be playing quarterback next year for a different coach.
I think it all depends on how well they start the season off. If they start off and they lose their first 3 or 4 games, and the playoff picture is looking a little cloudy, you have to go with the young kid, put him in, let him get some reps, let him get his feet wet.
AFC South has Indianapolis with a quarterback injury question. Peyton Manning, his return up in the air. Harris runs across the 30, gives a gain of 2, maybe 3. Houston has reloaded that defense. Wade Phillips is now there. The offense, despite Arian Foster's hamstring injury, is deep in the backfield as well. Jacksonville is that team that the last couple of years has been good, but never good enough. And Blaine Gabbert, in an aggressive move, Jaguars moved up, took him 10th overall, and now he is that quarterback in waiting. Now is a 2nd and 7 from the 30 of the Rams. Clock under 4.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Rams have the lead 14-7. Keep posted. Touchdown. Fire right. Incomplete. Binns, the rookie, the intended receiver. A lot of contact there, but no flag.
And what I want to see from Gabbert is I want to see him command these guys. Be the leader out there. These group of guys are a group of guys that they want to be led. They're not your A playmakers, but they can make some plays. I saw him throw the hardest route that there is for a quarterback, that deep in cut, other than the 5 route, the deep out cut. That deep in cut from the far hash is a tough throw. He has the arm. He has all the attributes to be that quarterback. It's just whether they give him time to or if they want him to be that right now.
Here's Gabbert under pressure, avoids the pressure. Hines chasing. Gabbert far side, crosses the 30. And picks up a couple of yards. And maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
And the Rams, they brought pressure. He didn't identify the pressure quick enough. You gotta put that back foot in the ground, get the ball on your receiver. He didn't identify the pressure quick enough, and they flushed him out of the pocket, got him down. They have the field goal team out here right now. Let's see if we can get another big block.
Hines with the pursuit there as well. This is a 48-yard attempt for Josh Scobie, career 77% field goal kicker. The hold from Turk down, the kick is up, and it is good. Josh Scobie from 48 yards. So it's a 1-point game. 14-13. Blaine Gabbert leads the Jaguars to 3 on his first possession. 3:44 remaining here in the 3rd. 4-point game now, 14-10. Steve Spagnuolo and the Rams lead here in Jacksonville. James Laurinaitis and teammates will serve as waiters at the annual Make-A-Wish Celebrity Dinner on Monday, September 26th. Sponsorships and tickets are available by calling 314-721-9474 or the internet, www.mo.wish.org. I think I had my math wrong before. I thought it was going to be 14-13. It's 14-10. Simple math. 14-10. Rams
okay, we have an untiable game.
We have an untiable game. Chase Reynolds, second time back there, still has not had a chance to return a kick. Touchback. It's going to be on the 20. 14-10. Simple math when we return to Jacksonville. Former Jaguar Mike Sims Walker on the sideline. Rams on top of the Jaguars. 14-10 third quarter. We told you earlier you can email the booth by going to stlouisrams.com. And here's one from Chuck back home in St. Louis. Is it possible, guys, for number 12 Thaddeus Lewis to move up to second string quarterback? Marshall, what say you?
I'm going to say that it's possible because of how good that he has looked. And Billy Devaney, when I asked him about that, to watch him light up, and you start talking about how catchable the balls are that a quarterback throw, and you watch that when he's on the field, they've manufactured points, whether that be a field goal or a touchdown or a game-winning touchdown or a game moving the ball down the field and getting them in field goal position. It all comes down to the numbers and whether is Feely's making too much money that they want to move that up. Do they feel comfortable at the offensive line to keep Sam Bradford healthy?
I think that's the key, Marshall, but I like that. I think, like you said, he's manufactured points. this every single time he's been in the game. You get him a little more experience, and you feel comfortable enough, you possibly can move up to the number 2 spot.
Marty Gilliard had it right in his belly, crossing the field at the 30. There was a penalty on the kickoff. That's where the Rams started, and there at the 25. Marty Gilliard's fighting for a job, guys. He's got to catch this.
Coming across the middle, the ball's delivered to you. Thad throws him a catchable ball. When you're in a receiver battle, this is what you do not want to do. Catch the ball before you turn and run with it. A lot of return guys struggle with that.
Gilliard also, Orlando, had trouble on special teams, lost the ball early in the game as the Rams keep it on the ground here on 2nd down. It's Tostin who had a touchdown earlier for about a yard. Every little thing. Denario Alexander couldn't come up with the ball down the left sideline. Donnie Avery had a nice catch and run. Gilliard had a drop on special teams and a drop there. Those little things add up.
Yeah, one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to make it easy on the GM to make that call. You got the plays, if the play's there for you to make the play. If you drop it on Saturday, that's an easy call for them to make.
3rd and 9, crowd. What crowd is here? Gets loud. Lewis left. Salas can't hang on. Came back to the football on the 44. Was falling down, had it in his hands. Would have been a tough catch either way.
And you take a look at this play. I like the throw by Thad, low and away. Your receiver, that's the only place, that's where you want to put that ball. So it cannot be intercepted.
I said tough catch. Is it?
The ball touched his hands. That rule applies.
So not a tough catch.
It's a tough catch, but most of the catches in the league will be tough catches unless you're wide open by yourself. And guess what? Those are even harder than the ones when someone's covering you.
Harris had pressure on Donnie Jones, but he was able to get it away. Punt fielded by Jarrett Dillard. Jaguars football, Blaine Gabbert getting back on the field when we get back. Rams over the Jaguars, 14-10 here in the 3rd. 2:44 left, 3rd quarter here. Rams in the final preseason game, leading the Jaguars 14-10. Regular season right around the corner, 10 days away. Tickets still available for that opener September 11th against the Eagles at the Edward Jones Dome. All you have to do is call 314-RAMS-TICKS. Very easy, 314-RAMS-TICKS. Or go to stlouisrams.com to reserve your seat today. See it live. Experience the Rams. Tough schedule early on, but remember, the entire NFC West has to play. The AFC North has to play the NFC East. So it's a tough schedule for everyone. Here is Gabbert rolling out and throwing right, and that is caught on the boundary. That's Jamar Newsome, who's had a couple of returns today as well. Tim Atchison there with the tackle, 44-yard line. So spoke to Blaine before the game. I mentioned that. Blaine Gabbert, guys, would like to say hi to a couple of people. He'd like to say hi to Mom, Bev, watching at home.
It's a big game.
And he'd like to say hi to his little brother Brett.
This is a big game.
So there we got that out of the way. Hi to Mom and hi to little brother. 2nd and 7 now as Gabbert turns and hands. Harris over right guard over the 45-yard line.
This is a big game for him. I understand what he said, but when you start saying hi to Mom and brother, it's a big game.
Are you mocking?
No.
Okay. Now, to be fair, I asked him if there's any message he wanted to pass along to the people at home.
It's okay. You don't have to pat it. It's fine. It is a big game.
Well, I wanted to tell the story accurately. 3rd and 4. Again, he said it wasn't a big game.
How does he know what a big game is?
Yeah,
well,
this is his 4th preseason game.
Hey, Orlando, don't make us go back to the what did you do your rookie season as Harris on the wheel. Gabbert throws it incompletion. Zach Dials, good coverage down the right sideline on the back out of the backfield on 3rd down. Orlando got called out earlier by James Hall for playing in the 4th preseason game, and then Orlando reminded us he did not play his rookie year in the preseason. Matt Turk on the punt.
I don't know if he played any preseason games.
Listen, can you believe who's talking?
I played in all 4 games.
Did you?
My rookie year.
That was about the only preseason action he's seen.
And from that point out, it was Operation Shutdown.
No
Pressure
question.
as Turk gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken on the 22. Austin Pettis, the rookie, is there. Hey, Rams fans, back in St. Louis after the game. Catch up on the latest breaking local news, weather, and sports highlights. A late edition of Fox 2 News at 9 with Tom O'Neill and Mandy Murphy. Fox 2 News coverage you can count on. Listen, when you're big names, you don't always have to play in the preseason. And we have two of the biggest ones, thankfully, here in the booth with us. But Marshall does want to remind you, Orlando, that as a rookie with the Colts, he did play in the preseason.
No, all 4 games.
All 4 games
Yes.
in the preseason. Lewis, handoff. Tostin again, back to the line of scrimmage. Keith Tostin fighting for a job. He had a touchdown earlier. However, I think we know Steven Jackson's backups. They will be Cadillac Williams and Jarius Norwood. Keith almost broke one on his first drive. He got tripped up at the 15. He had the corner if he could just step out of that one tackle, but he could not. Now, granted, he cashed in later, but Keith Tostin's a guys who has shown promise here in the preseason. Made the team last year, but when you bring in Cadillac Williams and Jarius Norwood, you usually don't have a place for a Keith Tostin.
There's 31 other teams, and Keith has done a good job in this time that they put him in. He runs hard, he pass protect, he play all 3 downs. He will find a home in this league.
Austin Pettis around Ed. Again, line of scrimmage. Second time the Rams have shown this today, guys.
They are showing a variety of plays that the end around. They're really giving Philly week 1 something to think about.
Yes.
The variety of plays that Josh McDaniels is calling. That makes Philly have to prepare for everything.
Pettis and Amendola have both run that. They opened up the screen game big time as well today. All things for the Eagles to think about 10 days from now. 15 minutes left in the preseason. Rams lead the Jaguars 14-10 on this, the Rams Broadcasting Network. Sam Bradford's night was done a long, long time ago. However, the night is not done. Still 1 quarter of football left for the rest of the team. Rams on top of the Jaguars 14-10. Your third quarter stats are brought to you by Ford and your quality Ford dealers. Rams still, guys, with the time of possession edge, the total yardage edge, and the edge on the scoreboard, 14-10. Thaddeus Lewis remains in the game. He is the third quarterback fighting for that second quarterback job. Made the team last year as an undrafted free agent out of Duke. Steps up in the pocket. He will run. He has room. Ducks under a big hit at 30 and gets close to the 35. Now they're going to spot him right back at the 32 where he started to go down. Guys, he got banged up a little bit there.
Well, take a look at how they picked up the pressure. Look at Tostin stepping in there, taking the backer down, and that's a horse collar. I'm surprised they didn't throw that flag right there.
98, Nate Collins, second-year guy out of Virginia, ran into his own man, Matt Estrada, the rookie out of Northern Arizona. Thaddeus looked a little shaken up, but he's now back at the line of scrimmage after the run for a first down. Final minute, or final quarter.
That's the element that he brings to the game. His ability to scramble is pretty good.
Certainly run a little bit. And there, the Rams can't run at all. As Van Stumen, the fullback, is now in the game. Loss of 2. Back it up a little bit.
I'm watching the Jacksonville defense, and they are pretty aggressive. I see a lot of run blitzes. I see a lot of pass blitzes. They're bringing people. I don't know how much longer Josh McDaniels is going to allow them to do this before he counters with the play action or something to catch them and stop them from being so aggressive. Look at how many guys they have around the line of scrimmage like that.
Second and 12. Play fake. Lewis throws. Hondeman drops. Sven Donovan, who had a couple of catches earlier, drops at the 45. There's a flag, though, back on the 30.
Let's see. Holding or roughing the passer?
What do you think? I was looking at the receiver.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 97 defense. Went below the quarterback's knees after he threw the ball 15 yards, automatic first down.
But take a look at that. This is watch the athleticism. Saw the guy in the flat, pulled up. He wanted to get the ball there, got the ball downfield. You must make that catch.
Aaron Morgan, guys, look at number 97.
Oh yeah, that's a fine.
That's a flag and a fine. Absolutely, that's a no-brainer. And Bill Levy threw the flag. And not only was he behind the quarterback, he went low on the quarterback.
And why would you be blocking a quarterback that low anyway, and there's no interception? Yeah.
That wasn't a block. That was a takedown.
A takedown, yeah. I'm sure he'll be here from the league office this week.
Was he out of the pocket?
But he went low on him.
But he's out of the pocket.
Can you go low on him?
Out of the pocket. The quarterback's a runner.
Even after throwing the football?
Well, I'm just saying, out of the pocket, the quarterback's a runner.
Well, let's look at it again.
If he's out of the pocket, you can take the quarterback down how you may.
I think the play was clearly over, though.
Yeah.
No, I know.
50-yard line, gain of 4 yards, second down and 6.
I don't know. I mean, I think he was right to throw the flag, don't you? You saying he shouldn't have thrown the flag?
No, I'm not saying that he shouldn't. The hit was late.
Right.
But out of the pocket, whether you hit the quarterback low or not.
Marshall, you know the new rules. They don't want anyone around those quarterbacks'
within
legs.
the pocket.
Yeah.
Within the pocket. If he's out of the pocket, the quarterback's a runner.
Van Stuman gets a yard. Well, answer me this, Orlando. If you hadn't been looking upfield, if you had seen your quarterback take that hit as a left tackle, what would you have done?
You have to go back. You have to go back and take a shot at him and protect your quarterback. You have to do it. And the guys up front who don't come back and take, we'll see them on film and they'll be dealt with later on that week. But for the most part, you have to protect your quarterback.
In preseason, you go to the veteran guy on the defense and say, your young guy, let him know.
Third and 4.
You can't do that.
3rd and 4 from the 49. Lewis will throw deep. Left side. It's caught. Denario Alexander across the 15, across the 10, and out of bounds. He had to make a play. He just made a play down to the 6.
Look at this. He beat him at the line of scrimmage, but watch the footwork. Watch the throw. Stop yourself, make the throw, over the outside shoulder of the receiver, perfect throw. You know, if I'm that DB, and let me be honest, because this is Deion Sanders telling me this, a guy with a knee brace ain't never beat me. I'm going to tell you right now.
He beat Jaleel Johnson, and he beat him for a gain of 42 yards down to the 6. It's Gaduli and Stuman in the backfield, and Stuman pushes right side and mauls his way down inside the 1.
That was a powerful run right there. And the line, it was a stalemate. The offensive line, they gave him the line of scrimmage, Orlando, and he found a hole. And I don't think this safety, the corner, I don't know if he wanted to be right there.
No, I don't think he wanted to make that play right there.
That's T.J. Heath, the rookie out of Jacksonville State, playing at home. Stuman, remember, had only 2 carries at Arkansas. He's a converted D lineman. Chase Reynolds the carry this time. He tries the left side. Reynolds started the preseason with the Seahawks, and here he has a touchdown with the Rams.
Man, anytime an offensive line of scrimmage, the fullback gets through and the running back, he get his lean on, he's going to score. And this is a great power play over the left side of the line of scrimmage. Nice lead play. Look at the bodies. Look at the lean. And look at Reynolds just fight for the extra yards. Keep your legs moving down here. Young backs, keep your legs moving down and around the goal line. That's the only way you score and push the pile.
Chase Reynolds trying to make an impression, whether it be practice squad or whether it be somewhere else. He started the preseason, as I said, played 1 game with the Seahawks, was cut after week 1 after 6 carries with Seattle. Signed by the Rams out of Montana, and here the Montana career touchdown leader gets a score. And the Rams lead 21-10, 11:06 remaining here in the preseason in Jacksonville. Rams lead here in the 4th quarter. Your Rams broadcasting network, 21-10 over the Jaguars. Hey, fans back in St. Louis, the Rams are heading to Monday Night Football where they take on the New York Giants. You can catch all the action on Monday night, September 19th, 7 p.m. on Fox 2's sister station, KPLR 11. Here it's an 11-point lead, 21-10 with 11:06 remaining. Rams have had touchdowns today from Keith Toston, from Chase Reynolds. First touchdown from Lance Kendricks. That is Blaine Gabbert, beg your pardon, out of Parkway West, out of Missouri. He is back on the field, 6,800 yards, 40 touchdowns with the Tigers. Drafted in the first round alongside the likes of Cam Newton, big blocker, 10th overall selection. He's out of the shotgun from the 20. He will throw to the seam right, and that is a completion. Let's go down to the sideline with a guy who's used to playing in this building with Maurice Drummond.
All right, Andrew, thanks a lot. Here with Mike Sims-Walker, the Rams wide receiver. Now, Mike, you're from Florida. You went to college in Central Florida. First 4 years of your career with the Jaguars. There's some emotion here tonight.
Definitely, man. You know, I've built a lot of relationships and a lot of friendships around here. You can see the fans are great to me. And a lot of family here, so you know, back finally out of Florida. You know, I hope it's a good move.
I know you talked about the chip on your shoulder. When you come back in this building, you know, what was it like to get out here and compete against this organization again?
It felt good. It felt a little weird, you know, but, you know, it felt good. I feel great. You know, been learning the playbook and, you know, just trying to get adjusted to this team and Sam Bradford and the offensive coordinator and, you know, everything about it, the guys here. You know, I think it's been going well.
And coming back, get that touchdown last week. How good did it feel knowing that you have to learn this offense and to get into that end zone? How did that make you feel from last week?
Oh, it felt great. You know, this is a tough league, and when the plays come, and you have to take advantage of the opportunities. And anytime you get in the end zone, you got to feel good about it. It's a great feeling.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, back up to you, Andrew.
All right, Maurice, thank you. While we were away, Dontrell Inman dropped another pass, and then a flag came down after he got popped over the middle. Bill Levy's crew talking it over. What do we think, guys, here? They're going to call a personal foul.
Blow to the head. Defense
blow to the head.
15-yard penalty
on
for
Hines. What do you think?
First down.
They're making the DBs responsible for this play now. Where you hit a receiver, just like where you hit a quarterback, that blow cannot be anywhere upstairs. And you'll see there's a glancing blow that appears to be to the head. I mean, there was a lot of shoulder pad there.
You cannot go to the head on anyone, but
except for a running back.
Except for the running back in the middle of the pile there. Jermel Hines went to the head there on a defenseless receiver coming over the middle. Jabbar Williams.
You can hit a running back anywhere.
Oh, wait, what are you complaining over there?
You can. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and you guys, meaning running backs, generally can reach out, do the stiff arm, and grab someone's face mask as Gabbard is back to throw. They said they're going to look at that a lot this year as well. It's a point of emphasis. Incomplete on second down, third down coming up. Point of emphasis for running backs, Marshall.
It's okay. When you have the ball, you're entitled to do what you want.
Entitled?
Yes. You're entitled to do what you want.
A sense of entitlement.
Yes. When you have the football.
Including grabbing a defender's face mask?
Whatever it takes.
Taking him for a ride?
Whatever it takes.
How many times do you get called for that?
Never. Seriously, I don't know.
Never? Not once?
I don't know if I ever had a penalty.
Never. Because you're perfect?
No. Just didn't get caught.
Which is the key. Gabbard, third down from the 49. Out of the shotgun, looks right, throws that way, has a man open, and that ball is caught. It's Newsome, first down, inside the 20 and out of bounds.
I like, you just can't let guys run free throughout the zone. Guys come in your area, you have to pick them up. Gabbard did a good job at coming off 1, 2, finding number 3. And the Rams, that front four, they got to get a little pressure on Gabbard.
Gabbard's back to throw again after a long gain of 40-plus. There is Harris catching and running towards the pylon of the left side, inside the 5, and finally ridden out of bounds by Jeremy McGee.
Out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
Gabbard's doing a good job at looking downfield, getting the zone or the man to drop back, and then finding his check down guy. When you find your check down guy and that zone of the man routes they've ran off, there's a lot of run after the catch that's available.
Jeremy McGee trying to make this team as a DB there. Ran him out of bounds. It's Harris in the backfield. Gabbard, roll to the right, throw, incomplete, and a flag down. Gallarda, the tight end, was there, but it was incomplete.
The question is, did the arm come out? Did he reach for him? When the receiver made the up move to get the ball, did he reach for him? Because I know he didn't look back.
Defense. Foul occurred in the end zone.
Pass interference here at Tim Atchison.
The 1-yard line.
Let's see if Atchison look. That's accidental contact. I mean, maybe he's calling it. Maybe I don't know who he's calling that on. I didn't see PI or illegal contact. I didn't see that.
Binns, number 13. The intended receiver. It's Harris again in the backfield. Binns comes in motion. There he is. Left to right. Hand. Harris. pushing through the line and put him up. Touchdown. Touchdown for Jacksonville. And we have a game, 21-16, point after pending. With 9:02 remaining in the fourth quarter, it's a touchdown for DeJuan Harris, the rookie out of Troy. And why not keep that football? Never know when you're going to get another chance.
You never know. You never know in this league. But if you watched him on his drive, helped out the team a lot. Got him a touchdown.
Got him a touchdown. Has looked good actually before tonight in the preseason. Jacksonville is deep in running back. Maurice Jones-Drew only took a couple of snaps early in the game. You have Rashad Jennings, who did not play today. Extra point is up and good. They are deep in the backfield, as are the Rams. 9:02 left. 21-17. Rams lead in Jacksonville. Rams lead, but it's getting a little closer. 21-17 here in the fourth quarter. Rams fans come on out to the Bud Light tailgate party at Bear Park every home game and experience the fun before the game at the Edward Jones Dome. A different top St. Louis band will be featured each home game, while also offering reduced pricing on food and beverage. Bring your little ones out, test their football skills in the interactive Kids Corner. That is before every home game at Bear Park, and that first home game is coming up only 10 days from now. Josh Scobie, the kick. Chase Reynolds, the knee. Rams will start on the 20, leading 21-17 when we return to Jacksonville on the Rams Broadcasting Network. It's becoming a tradition, dare I say, a tradition unlike any other. Sam, marry our daughter, a sign here in Jacksonville. You guys remember last week at Arrowhead?
Yes, we do.
Don't have fans.
Yes, we do.
Clock wound down.
On my part, I guess.
Sam got the pen out and signed this sign. Signed this sign for that young lady. Marry me, Bradford, and it made her day. To the point where she just broke up, guys.
Sam should go on The Bachelor. He might win.
Man.
He could win.
Or the X Factor. Chase Reynolds running left. He could star on his own TV show. Not Chase Reynolds, Sam Bradford, that is. Why not? You would never do anything like that.
Marshall?
The X Factor?
Yeah. No, or any show, or reality show.
No.
Follow you around. Orlando?
No way.
No?
No way.
I don't know that Sam's life, and this isn't a dig, it's actually a compliment, would be that interesting when he's at home. If you talk to guys like Chris Long, who's a neighbor, other guys, Sam's kind of a go home and go to bed kind of guy.
If you want to learn how to watch film.
Exactly. Watching film of people watching film, which might make for good TV. Then the Ottoman in motion. Thaddeus Lewis, who has looked good in this preseason, goes down. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2.
And that's the coverage sack. Josh McDaniels overloaded the zone, and they did a good job at covering guys up. And for Thad, you know, the only thing I would tell Thad here is you want to throw this football away. They have a guy sitting here in the flat. They had a guy at each level, and you want to throw that ball away and keep the down and distance at 3rd and 10.
Nick Collins is the guy that brought him down, and it is now 3rd and 12. Need to make it to the 30 for a first down here, leading 21-17. Lewis flushed out, looking downfield, throwing. That is caught. That's Marty Gilliard, who gets up, gets a couple of more yards. Big catch for Marty Gilliard. He has not had a good night, but here he gets first down yardage across the 35.
And not just good with the catch. I mean, making yourself available to your quarterback. But what I like about this play is having an understanding, hey, this is not college football. He didn't touch you. You get up and you run, getting more yardage, being aware, being alert.
Good throw across the body as well there.
No question. I like to see Thad on the move, and he still throws a strike in there. That's one thing about his game. He feels the rush, and he gets out the pocket.
Lewis goes down, but not before he hands it off here.
Man.
Reynolds who had a touchdown earlier, gets it up to the 40, but there is big penetration.
Oh, that was some, man, he almost took the hand off.
Had to be a blown assignment on that one, man.
Wow.
That's the thing you're getting in this late in the game. You get a combination of different linemen in there who might not necessarily know all the calls. You may see a few missed assignments, especially on the offensive line when you see a guy come free.
Nate Collins had the sack earlier, and there he almost took the handoff from Lewis, who now has it on the 40. It's 2nd and 4. Handoff Reynolds, who scored earlier. He gets wrestled down, roped down, really about 1 yard shy of the first down. Flag on the play.
That laundry means holding.
And that's what it is. Holding.
Yeah,
back it up.
That was right by the left tackle.
What's so funny?
I didn't see it, Marshall. I missed it.
We do have a left tackle in the booth.
That was right by the left tackle.
Come on, Orlando, you're always watching the left tackle.
I am. I didn't see a hold there. That's what I'm saying.
Have you ever seen a hold?
Never.
Never? In no way, shape, or form?
No way.
All right. In no way. Playing left tackle. It looks like Kevin Hughes. Dump off the screen to Reynolds to the left, 35, 40. Good power as Reynolds gets first down yardage. Looked to be stopped about 3 yards short, but he powered his way through Aaron Morgan, and he got it to the 48.
You caught him in man-to-man coverage, running a little pressure. They've been getting after the quarterback. Here you go. Now, I like the cut block. You make the guy get off his feet. Reynolds, hey, number 6. Hey, yeah. You get that number? Did he get that number? You got to keep your head up.
I said Morgan. It was Ron Isaac, the rookie out of Middle Tennessee State.
No, I'm trying to see if number 6 got Chase Reynolds' number. His head was a little too low.
There's Reynolds again across the 50. Hey, look, it's about getting something on film. But Chase Reynolds had a touchdown earlier. Got a couple of nice power runs here as well.
No question. You always have to remember these guys are interviewing for all the 31 teams out here. And runs like that, I'm sure somebody will be taking a look at it.
Yeah, and you have to think about all that he has done. He's a return guy. He plays on the kick team, the punt return. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can run inside and out. A valuable asset to a team.
Hey, let's face it, for a guy who got cut earlier in the preseason after opening up with Seattle, a chance to get a second look and actually get on the field, get a touchdown, get a couple of nice runs on tape. That's something that not a lot of guys who get cut already once this summer end up getting. But Reynolds is getting that today, and here's the 3rd and 4.
There's a place for every player on some team. And I always think about a guy like Wes Welker. I mean, he was with the Dolphins as a return guy, and now he's the main guy in New England. So you just play until that team finds you.
Here's Lewis out of the shotgun. He too an undrafted free agent. Throws Goodouille. Speaking of undrafted free agents, out of Cincinnati, the tight end Ben Goodouille to the 40-yard line, and that's a first down.
I like what Ben does here. Not only does he get open, but watch how he comes. If you're at home, works his way out, but come back downhill to the football so the DB cannot cut you off. A lot of guys want to drift up the field. Came back down to the football. I'm just going to say they're picking on number 6 right now. That's just an odd number to see in the secondary.
Rod Isaac again.
He's probably still dizzy from that hit from Reynolds earlier on.
He took him out. From the 40, here's Reynolds again, dancing in the hole. Across the line of scrimmage. A couple of inches there. A couple of inches a yard.
That's hitting yardage right there. He got hit behind the line of scrimmage. You spin, you get back to the line of scrimmage. Here, he gained a yard when he should have lost 2. That's the hitting yardage as a running back that you want to try to always have those things on the positive.
Second-year linebacker Kyle Bosworth out of UCLA with the tackle. Steve Spagnuolo watches on a 2nd and 9. Clock winding, guys. Now under 3 minutes remaining as the Rams are chewing up the clock. Second down. Lewis with the rollout. It's Goodouille again. Little shuffle through 2 men to the 35.
And I like what Thad did right there. If you notice, the throw. It was a throw that was thrown on the back shoulder to slow him up. Someone was in the flat. You save your guy from getting the knee blown out because there's a corner sitting in the flat right there waiting for him.
I'll tell you what Thaddeus Lewis is doing. He's milking this clock. And Steve Spagnuolo is likely thrilled that he's winding time off the clock in this preseason. sad as we will be to see it go, is winding down. Lewis out of the gun here, 3rd and 5. Trying to extend the drive. Guns over the middle. Caught. First down. Marty Gilliard with another 3rd down catch to extend the drive.
Way to redeem yourself there, Marty.
I'll tell you, Thad Lewis, man, he is really impressing me on this drive. He's really impressed me all preseason. He just throws a strike, and he just constantly moves the chains. You got to look at this guy in competition at number 2 quarterback, Marshall.
2 minutes remaining. We'll talk about Thaddeus Lewis and the rest of the guys fighting for jobs here. 2 minutes left, 21-17. Down the stretch we come on the 2011 preseason. Rams over the Jaguars, 21-17. Tonight's biggest hit of the game is brought to you by Nissan and Nissan's Bottom Line sales event. Visit Nissan.com or your local dealer today for more information. Guys, the hit of the game, Chris Long.
And I mean, he had another big hit, too. It happened to be on James Hall, but he did it. the guy had a couple of big hits tonight.
Thaddeus Lewis loses the ball backing away from center. The Rams fall on it, though, and they keep the football on the 20. Thaddeus got it back, I think. 1:45 left. Take a look. Timeout Jacksonville here. Quino Janaka in playing center, and Lewis couldn't get it, but he fought for it and brought it back.
And these two guys, they work, I mean, the 3rd center and the 3rd quarterback, they work a lot together. That's something that offensive line coaches and offensive coordinators feel should never happen.
Somehow I'm sure the center will be blamed for that one, man.
Oh, yeah.
Always does. Always happens.
You're saying it's always the O-lineman's fault?
Always.
Always.
Always? Why is that, Orlando?
You know, we overworked, underappreciated, man.
Because they are a group. They are a
Whoa. Time out. If there's anyone who's not underappreciated, it's a left tackle. Come on,
We're
now.
talking about the group here as an offensive line. No individual.
So you're speaking
on
for the
line.
team.
Yeah, no question.
All right. 1:50 remaining after the Jacksonville timeout. Rams run with Reynolds across the 15, and now whistles. And another timeout. Jacksonville is going to try to get the ball back. 1 timeout left. The Rams have 3. I doubt, I'll go out on a limb here, I doubt the Rams will call timeout.
They will not.
Okay, I mean, and you could say I'm wrong.
Let me say this. Early in the third, I said this game was untiable.
Untiable.
Right. So if the Rams kick a field goal here, that changes.
That would change. Email from Marshall.
That would change.
And you can email the booth, stlouisrams.com. This is from Bill in Fort Worth, Texas. Is it true, Marshall, that you have all the footballs from all your TDs in Mom's basement?
I did. Before Hurricane Katrina. Yep. Katrina destroyed a lot of those footballs. I have some in St. Louis, but a lot was destroyed.
Reynolds in the backfield. How many did you lose, do you know?
All of the ones from Indianapolis and from 99, 2000, and 01. All gone.
Wow. Timeout taken by the Jaguars. Their 3rd and final with 1:41 remaining. Didn't mean to take it down there.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, I remember the touchdown.
Of course you do. You remember every one, don't you?
No. Special ones. There's certain ones. Like the first one, you remember that one.
Sure. It's because on the NFL Network, the NFL Film Special leading up to your enshrinement of the Hall of Fame, you're sitting there with Mike Martz, and the way you guys walk down memory lane, I'm sure the film on the wall helped, but it seems as if you remembered almost everything.
Plays?
Yeah.
I remember. I mean, it's like they're like pictures. I remember those plays, especially the fun ones.
Josh Brown on for the 35-yard field goal. Memorable this evening because it makes it a 24-17 game with 1:36 remaining, and it makes it, Marshall, as you said earlier, a tieable game.
Yes, it is.
Now, let's be hypothetical. Let's say Jacksonville marches down the field. You don't extend the 4th and final preseason game with an extra point, do you?
No. There's no. Jack Del Rio is going for 2.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, but I wanted people to know that the game is tied.
Steve Spagnuolo knows it with 1:36 remaining. There is Jack Del Rio in his 9th season, 65 and 63, mentioned earlier. 2 trips to the playoffs, 1 victory at Jacksonville. in first in the AFC South last year in 5 out of the final 6 weeks, but did not make the playoffs. He said 4 or 5 jobs were on the line tonight. Same likely for Spagnuolo and his team. We had Billy Devaney in here for the third quarter. Cutdown day is Saturday. You two guys never really had to sweat cutdown day.
No.
Never.
What's cutdown day?
Exactly. That was my point. But other guys sweating cutdown day. Josh Brown set the kick.
All I'm going to say is that that plane ride home is going to be really quiet. You'll see some guys, they won't even say anything. They'll be nervous. You always think the worst. You know what you put on the field. So those guys will know whether they have a good chance of making this ball club or not.
Kickoff through the back of the end zone. If you think you're the ultimate St. Louis Rams fan, maybe you bleed blue and gold. Now you can prove it by entering the Rams Ultimate Fans Photo Contest. Those people can enter. Maybe they already have. We're letting you, the fans, decide who the winner is. Enter, and you have a chance to win a 2011 Pro Bowl, experience. Contest and voting held exclusively on the Rams Facebook fan page. Enter now via the Rams Facebook fan page. Go there now by clicking the Ultimate Fan tab. Orlando's grabbing his phone and entering now on Facebook. You should get on it. That Pro Bowl experience. That's a good trip. Lane Gabbert one day maybe as a Pro Bowl in his future. Not yet though. But there's a completion. No, it's a drop over the middle. It looked as if Inman brought it down, but he now has 3 drops by my count. He's letting Gabbert down there. 1:29 remaining. Clock stopped on the incompletion.
Gabbert threw a pretty ball there.
The public address announcer here in the building called it completion at first.
Listen, I thought it was a completion as well until I saw the ball come out.
Inman is a rookie. He's out of Virginia. Has 3 drops by our count here in the fourth quarter. Robert Quinn jumped offside. Flag with 1:29 left. Question, and it's a sincere question. Why is Robert Quinn still in the game?
Getting valuable reps.
Valuable reps?
Oh, yeah.
Valuable reps.
Yeah. You don't mind putting a 14th overall selection out there in the fourth quarter with a minute left?
He's going to be a pass rush specialist. They're going to bring him along to play the run. These are reps. This is the type of situation that he's going to be in the game.
Check it out.
These are important reps for him. Let him get those reps. And just cross your fingers that the guy doesn't get injured. But
right, and I'm not trying to be the negative guy here.
No, I hear you.
Minute and a half left.
And I'm sure people at home, they're thinking the same thing. But no training, a little training camp, no OTAs, the lockout, we know what that did. This is important for him.
It was worth 5 yards. Completion this time. And then the ball comes out. Albert Young, the former Viking, had it. And they're going to give him the catch on the 30. How about our star of the game, guys? Let's do it. Guy that I know you guys love, Thaddeus Lewis, our star of the game, will do after this as Jacksonville, with time winding down towards a minute, ran to the line. Whistles, though. So let's do our star of the game. It is Thaddeus Lewis. It is brought to you by Hardee's. And that's just the way it is. Can he win the number 2 job is the question.
And that's the question. Is the number 2 job even up for grabs?
What do you think?
I don't know. A.J. Feely, he has not done a bad job to lose his job, but Thad has done a good enough job to win that job. So, it all depends on what you want to have. And you know what? In today's league, the starting quarterback has something to do with the guy that backs him up because it's a comfort level more than anything. Who you want backing you up? Who is the guy you want in your ear on the constant about what goes on and what's going on the field? And that may be A.J. Feely.
Yeah, no question.
Sam Bradford.
No question. Feely is an extra set of eyes for Sam Bradford out there. He may see some things that Sam don't see, and he can help Sam out in a lot of different situations.
That was ruled a catch, no review. Forward progress was stopped before the ball came out. Intended receiver there, Dillard, incompletion out of the hand of Blaine Gabbert. Clock stops, 43 seconds remaining.
And this is the kind of situational football that you can't, in practice, have Blaine Gabbert right now. Jack Del Rio is loving this. This is like perfect. We get to see our pick overall. run the 2-minute drill.
The first overall pick a year ago is Sam Bradford. After the game, we'll head down to the sideline. Maurice standing by. There's a Blaine Gabbert completion. This time, his receiver didn't let him down. It's Jamar Newsome across midfield. Clock is winding. Under 30 seconds to go. Jacksonville's out of timeouts, and the Rams certainly aren't going to help them and call one of their 3 remaining in a 24-17 game. Gabbert has not looked bad. His receivers have kind of let him down, though. Here, he's going to run towards the sideline to try to stop the clock. Got a block at the 40. That's where he gets to. Rams territory. 12 ticks remaining.
Saw some pressure applied to Gabbert. He's not just a deer in the headlights kind of quarterback that'll stand in the pocket. He can run, he can escape the pocket and make some hay, and you saw that right there. And smart getting out of bounds.
And at 6'5", 233, he moves pretty well.
Pretty good. That's the most 6'5" quarterbacks. They're pocket passers. They're not getting out of the way.
He has 2 receivers left, one to the right here. Clock now under 10. Gabbert throws to the flat, complete, and out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That's number 49. It says here Mike Lockley, but that isn't. That's Miller, I beg your pardon. I love when you have preseason guys, multiple guys wearing multiple numbers. It was caught by the tight end, Kyle Miller, rookie out of Mount Union. And we're at the 30 with 7 seconds remaining. 24-17. Can Jacksonville and Blaine Gabbert at Parkway West High School punch it in from the 30 under pressure? Gabbert will throw. End zone. Incomplete. No flag. Despite the fact that Dontrell Inman and his 3 drops today lobbied for the flag. 1 second remaining.
And what I like is you let no one get behind you. You allow no one to get behind you.
Tay Evans had the coverage.
Tay did a great job at keeping the receiver in between himself and the ball, and the ball was thrown high. It's a good play on the ball.
All right, here it is. 1 second remaining.
Here we go.
Gabbert out of the shotgun. It comes down to this, gentlemen.
4-0. 4-0 in the preseason.
Gabbert flushed out to the right. He has to throw end zone, and he does. Back right corner, knocked away, and the Rams win. 4-0 on the preseason for the first time since 1979. They went to the Super Bowl that year. Oh, by the way, they win 24-17. Blaine Gabbert looked good late. Certainly has to be encouraging for him and all his fans back home, whether they be from Parkway West or whether they be from Missouri. But not enough. Steve Spagnuolo and the Rams hold on and win. We'll head down to the sideline to Maurice after this. Rams win 24-17 on the Rams broadcasting.